Princess Augusta of Cambridge was a member of the British royal family, a granddaughter of George III. She married into the Grand Ducal House of Mecklenburg-Strelitz and became the Grand Duchess of Mecklenburg-Strelitz. Early life. Princess Augusta was born on 19 July 1822 at the Palace of Montbrilliant, Hanover. Her father was Prince Adolphus, Duke of Cambridge, the seventh son of George III and Charlotte of Mecklenburg-Strelitz. Her mother was Princess Augusta of Hesse-Kassel. As a male-line granddaughter of the British monarch, she was styled as a British princess with the prefix Her Royal Highness. The young princess was christened at the same palace on 16 August 1822, by Rev. Edward Curtis Kemp. Three of her godparents were present at the christening: Princess Caroline, Landgravine Frederick of Hesse-Kassel, Princess Louisa of Nassau-Usingen. Princess Louisa, a Landgravine of Hesse, being her maternal aunt either by marriage or blood. The rest were not present, possibly being represented by proxies: the Duke of York. All of her five living paternal aunts: Queen Charlotte of Württemberg, the Princess Augusta Sophia, the Landgravine of Hesse-Homburg, the Duchess of Gloucester, the Princess Sophia, the Electress of Hesse, the Grand Duchess of Mecklenburg, Princess Charlotte, Landgravine William of Hesse-Kassel. The princess spent her earlier years in Hanover, where her father was the viceroy on behalf of his brother, George IV. Princess Augusta had one brother, Prince George, later 2nd Duke of Cambridge, and one sister, Princess Mary Adelaide, later Duchess of Teck. As such, Princess Augusta was a first cousin of Queen Victoria and aunt to Mary of Teck, later consort of George V. Marriage. On 28 June 1843, Princess Augusta married her first cousin, Frederick William of Mecklenburg-Strelitz, at Buckingham Palace, London. Upon marriage, Augusta became HRH, the hereditary Grand Duchess of Mecklenburg-Strelitz, and, on 6 September 1860, HRH, the Grand Duchess of Mecklenburg-Strelitz, following the death of her father-in-law. The marriage of the Grand Duke and Grand Duchess produced two children: Frederick William, hereditary Prince of Mecklenburg-Strelitz. Duke Adolphus Frederick of Mecklenburg-Strelitz succeeded his father as Adolphus Frederick V in May 1904. Later life. Although she spent most of her adult life in Germany, the Grand Duchess Augusta retained close personal ties to the British royal family. She frequently visited her mother, the Duchess of Cambridge, at her Kensington Palace apartments. After her mother's death in 1889, the Grand Duchess acquired a house in London's Buckingham Gate area, where she spent a portion of the year until advanced old age made it impossible for her to travel abroad. In making preparations for the coronation of King Edward VII and Queen Alexandra in 1901, the Duke of Norfolk consulted her on matters of etiquette and attire. This was due to her presence at the coronation of King William IV and Queen Adelaide 71 years earlier. She was 9 years old at the time and kissed the Queen's hand. She was also able to provide details of the coronation of Queen Victoria. The Grand Duchess of Mecklenburg-Strelitz was particularly close to her niece, the future Queen Mary. However, old age prevented her from attending the coronation of King George V and Queen Mary at Westminster Abbey on the 22nd of June 1911. Following the outbreak of World War I, the British government suspended the pension she had been receiving as a member of the British royal family. During the war, the Swedish embassy passed letters from the Queen to her aunt, who still lived in Germany. As an elderly lady, she was known for being cantankerous. She was also known as being quite shrewd and intelligent. In his book, Queen Mary, the Queen's Official Biography, James Pope Hennessy reports that the Queen's aunt Augusta was not fond of the new science of photography, fearing it would intrude deeply into the private lives of royal personages. At pp. 101–105 he offers a masterly sketch of this formidable lady. The Dowager Grand Duchess of Mecklenburg-Strelitz died on 5 December 1916 in New Strelitz and was buried in Miro. As the longest-lived her child of George III, she was the last link to the British branch of the House of Hanover. At the time of her death, she was 94 years, 4 months and 16 days old, making her the longest-lived British princess of the blood royal until Princess Alice, Countess of Athlone, a male-line granddaughter of Queen Victoria, broke the record in 1977, aged over 97 years old. Titles, styles, honors and arms. Titles and styles: the 19th of July 1822 to 28 June 1843. Her Royal Highness Princess Augusta of Cambridge, Princess of Hanover, Duchess of Brunswick-Lunenburg. The 28th of June 1843 to 6 September 1860. Her Royal Highness the Hereditary Grand Duchess of Mecklenburg-Strelitz, Princess of Great Britain and Ireland, Princess of Hanover, Duchess of Brunswick-Lunenburg. The 6th of September 1860 to 30 May 1904. Her Royal Highness the Grand Duchess of Mecklenburg-Strelitz. The 30th of May 1904 to 5 December 1916. Her Royal Highness the Dowager Grand Duchess of Mecklenburg-Strelitz. As the male-line granddaughter of a King of Hanover, Princess Augusta also bore the titles of Princess of Hanover and Duchess of Brunswick and Lunenburg ancestors.